Get the music going in here.
Decent.
Little bit. Episode 98 of the Entertainment Podcast. We're back. It's Tuesday, October 15th. We got Chris from Blitzburg on Twitter. He's joining us. He's here. What's going on, dude?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Good,
Pretty
man.
good, man.
Can't complain. Can't complain. Doing all right, especially after this Steelers dub.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Whole crew in the building here. Michael, Alex via Skype. Chris calling in via Skype as well. We're gonna talk some Steelers fucking football here, if I have anything to say about it.
Hey, Ty.
Yo, what's up?
Is this our first video guest?
Well, technically, when we had Matt from Steelers Empire on, he was, but his camera was broke. So, like,
This is our first video guest, technically.
mhm.
Congrats, Chris.
Yeah, you should feel honored. But yeah, we're here to talk some Steelers football. Big win last week. What was the final score? 24-17.
Sure was, bud.
Okay, 24-17 Steelers victory. Back on the winning side of things here. And, you know, after that 1-4 start, it's really nice to fucking see us come out and finally get that dub. I don't even know where to start with this.
Okay, let's start with strutting into work on Monday for our first victory Monday. Felt phenomenal.
Yeah, that it did. I don't know how your Monday felt over there, Chris, but something about a victory Monday, it's a different kind of Monday.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the Joker, but I posted that. I posted a meme about him going down the steps. That's how I felt on Monday.
Decent. I did see that. That's hilarious.
That's a pretty good representation right there.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a good feeling to see them put it all together against the Chargers there. Definitely a complete game by all three phases.
Definitely. And, I mean, let's start with Devlin Hodges. First of all, Alex here, our co-host, big Duck fan. We all know.
Huge.
From the moment they signed to the practice squad.
Yes, you were a Duck supporter day one, and I do applaud you for that. And you know what? He managed the game well this past game. Now, did he play well? Did he have a great game as a quarterback? No. He just didn't. I think he was 0 of 4 on passes longer than 10 yards, and he completed maybe one pass longer than 5 yards, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but
it was something in that ballpark.
yeah, he a lot of checkdowns to the running backs, but shit, dude, we've seen it in weeks past where, like, yeah, they do that and they just lose, but it worked for whatever fucking reason. This game, it worked.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's the thing is, like, you're not going to have the same game plan for every team, from week 1 to 16. You have to switch it up for each team. So, they ran the Wildcat against the Wildcats, which are Bengals. And, each week you have to prepare. So, yeah, they caught the Chargers off guard. The Chargers weren't ready for that. And, yeah, I hate the check down because it's like throw it to your receivers. But if the check down's working, you fucking run with it. Let's go.
Dude, 100% on that. 100%.
And Chris, I don't know where you stand on this. The whole Juju debate, everybody's like, Juju, is he that number one receiver? Is he really a number one receiver? Like, where do you stand on that? I'd like to know.
Yeah.
It's tough to say because he doesn't have Ben, and I think that's really like the big part right now is not having one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Mason Rudolph, he's still developing as a quarterback, and on Sunday night that was Hodges' first career start. So obviously he played that game manager role, and I thought he did a good job. Like he didn't do anything stupid to put them in a harmful situation or lose the game. So I think he did his job. But like you said, like he wasn't throwing passes downfield far. Just quick checkdowns to Connor, who I thought had like a phenomenal game. I mean, he looked like his 2018 self. Breaking rules.
Yeah, James Conner. And honestly, I don't even have the stats up. I should pull them up. But the running game as a whole, and we've been saying this shit from
I got
day
him
one.
right here.
Okay, what were those running stats? Because we were saying it from day one always. You are not going to win a football game unless you can establish a run game and set up a play action. You're just
Yeah,
not.
All right.
you gotta get that possession.
You guys, Ty and Alex, I know for sure you guys will be happy about this. Benny Snell had the most rushing attempts of that game with 17
Wow.
Wow.
for
I mean-
75 yards.
Damn, little Benny Snell football.
That's
I'm not
pretty
mad.
good.
I'm not mad about that, and I'm honestly I'm happy for him. But I saw somebody put out an article today on Twitter. They said, should Benny Snell get a crack at the number one running back spot over James Conner?
I saw that too.
Yeah,
I
no, that's
literally
fucking
commented on it and
stupid.
told the guy to delete his whole Twitter. I was like, what are you fucking talking about?
Who said that? You said that?
Yeah, I was like, just delete your whole Twitter.
I saw the guy Footwear King. He trained he trains a bunch of guys in the NFL, but he trained Bell or something. I saw he commented on that article saying like Steeler fans were they said the same thing last year with Bell to I guess start Connor over Bell or whatever. They didn't know at the time he was coming back or not.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
People just need something to talk about.
Yeah.
and you know as well as we do, being a Steelers fan, that fucking Steelers fans flip flop all the time on what the fuck they want. Like there's no rhyme or reason to it. But I'm happy for Benny Snell, and like I said, getting the running game going was huge. And I know the three of us, Michael and Alex, we talked about after that game, like, did the Steelers listen to our last podcast? Because literally everything we said they should do to be successful, they did, including lining up Vance McDonald at a fullback set. And,
Yeah,
And letting
that
the running
first
back from
touchdown by
behind.
Connor.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean-
there's I loved that. I texted you guys immediately. I was like, bro, that fullback, that's what we're talking about. That's what we
Yeah.
need.
Yeah.
Especially if that's Rosie Nix, like a healthy Rosie Nix, you could do so much with it. But Vance filling in, I love it.
Dude, I mean, we got two big ass tight ends, man. Those are some big boys, dude. Those guys can block.
Oh yeah. I mean, we even have a third one if you want to throw in Zach Gentry.
That's true.
Yeah. Huge, yeah.
That
I
dude's
thought you were gonna say throw up the
legitimately-
X, but I forgot he's gone.
Shout out to Xavier.
Yeah, unfortunately, good guy. I don't know him, but probably a good guy.
Yeah. So keep going with the rushing attack. James Conner had so Snell had 17 attempts. Conner had 16 for 41, and the score, which we were just referencing, was led by Vance McDonald's block. Awesome.
Really cool. Yeah, I mean,
Um,
dude, the offense looked great as a whole.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I'm
they were
gonna
running
keep
through the
going.
holes.
Yeah, go.
Keep going with James Conner here. So James had the 16 rushes for 41 on the ground, but he also had 7 receptions for 78 yards and another score. Finally, he had 2 scores. That was beautiful to see. Like
Yeah.
Chris just said, it looked like he was fucking
Yeah.
like is fresh out the gates. Like he's ready to go. Like he's playing for the Panthers.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to get going. There's been a variety of reasons why he hasn't been good, had a stellar game really thus far. But I thought he was really impressive on Sunday night.
Yeah, he looked like the old
Absolutely.
James Conner, the James Conner of old, and I'm glad because I was sick of people dragging his name through the mud about
Yeah.
him not being a great running back. And it's like, first 4 games, like, yeah, you're not doing so hot as a team overall. He's obviously not going to be performing where we want him to, but I think it's finally caught up to him where he's like, fuck this shit. It's time to ball out.
And
And
I mean, I feel like the Steelers are starting to find themselves a little bit more too. I mean, think about all the injuries they've had to fight through and all the adjustments they had to make. Like nobody could have predicted that Big Ben would be out, and that then Mason gets knocked out, and then we're playing with our third string quarterback, who was our fourth at one point. I feel like they've adjusted really well, and it's awesome to see because I mean, like you said, the run game was there on Sunday. They did a lot of great things. I mean, they made guys miss tackles, but they kept it exciting. And the biggest thing, they kept possession. Wear down that defense.
This is the first fucking time all year that we led in possession, I think. Aside from the Bengals, I don't even know if we led in possession that game.
yeah, and Michael, I know that's what you've been saying all season. Like our time of possession has been killing us, just
Yeah.
never in our favor. And you're like, if we're gonna win games, we have to have that time.
Yeah, because literally, was it last week? They or pretty much every week, the other team is running like 20 more plays, and our defense is on the field for fucking 80 snaps. Like no defense can play 80 snaps consistently. Like that's a lot of gameplay.
Yeah.
So you get the running game working. You eat up that clock. You do what you can. And
Eat up what? That cock? Gobble, gobble, gobble.
yeah. Was there a breakup? Did I stutter? No. But like I said, it was. I didn't want to get my hopes like through the roof or excitement through the roof. But when I was watching the game Sunday night, man, it felt like I was watching Steelers football.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh, I thought somebody was about to talk. My bad. What was I gonna say? I don't even know what I was gonna say now. Oh, in typical Steelers fashion, they almost ended up fucking blowing it. They let them start coming back a little bit. I got a little bit worried at the end. Dude. I gotta be honest.
You got to think though, right? You're up 24-3. You're playing like prevent defense. You're not like Devin Bush is going to kill somebody, not necessarily just make a tackle. So that's why we saw Tapia. He missed 2 to 3 tackles, Devin Bush, and we were like, "Shit, what's going on?"
I mean, he even commented about it.
Yeah, what I didn't see it. What do you know? What do you say?
I know he addressed it, saying that this is the first time in his life he's had a missed tackle, and that he just kind of like he just couldn't get back in the rhythm of it.
Well, yeah, that fumble return for a touchdown and interception was probably going through his head.
Dude, I mean, talk about coming out huge.
Well, it's like you said, like it's the first time all year that they've had a lead big enough to just kind of be able to go out and try to fucking, make a big hit type of thing. And I think, they were up so big, he already made a bunch of great plays. He's like, I'm just going to try to fucking go all out and see what happens.
Yeah. Like I said to you guys, this is the first week that we've seen him really let loose and play loose. It seems like weeks 1 through 5, I would even say 6, but 1 through 5, it's like, damn, he's looking amazing. He's leading the team in tackles every week. His head is on his shoulders. He's, but last week was like, oh boy, this is fun to watch. Like he was going crazy.
Dude.
And even Vince was saying it, Vince Williams.
Yeah, dude. And then, first of all, Vince, amazing socks that game. Just electric.
Vince is a baller. We missed him so bad.
Yeah,
and then, dude.
Barron, it was good to have Vince Williams back.
Fucking right it was.
Yeah. I think just like, people worry about his coverage skills, but he's just such a dominating, like when he takes on those blockers, and he's a great blitzing linebacker also. I think he just had a phenomenal game there. Even on the fumble, the backwards pass that Rivers had, he had pressure on that play up the middle.
And
he sure did.
Credit to Devin Bush for being smart enough to realize what happened, because I think he was the only one to realize that it was a fumble.
Yeah.
Tapia. So, Tapia, you say Bush was the only smart one to do that, and credit him. I actually mentioned to Ty earlier. I think the only concern I had from that game was that there was 3 or 4 other people standing around that ball that didn't go for it.
Dude, and that's what I'm saying.
But the rookie grabs it and takes it to the house. Like,
and then
before Devin Bush picked that up, I'm sitting there like, okay, why is nobody going for the ball? Like, let's do something.
That's number one rule in football. Even if you think it's a dead ball, you jump on it until you hear the fucking whistle.
Because that's what they asked him about. They're like, what made you go? He's like, how'd you know? He's like, well, nobody blew the play dead, so I picked it up and ran. And dude, that was a great run. The way he just threw himself in there, electric.
Yeah, dude, he like circled around it perfectly, picked it up, and went. It was great.
Dude,
it was great. So
okay,
Chris, you just mentioned that Vince isn't that good or not known to be that great of a coverage linebacker. One of the announcers during the game said, the Steelers without Mark Barron, who's their coverage linebacker, they got Vince Williams in place of him, but he's really good, like rushing the quarter. I'm like, I would fucking trade Mark Barron for Vince Williams in a second.
I'd
Yeah.
trade Mark Barron for a bag of balls.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
he's awful all season long, especially in coverage too, which he's supposed to be known for, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
And Ty has always mentioned that, or always brings up that he was a free safety at one point, wasn't he?
He's a
Yeah, he was
hybrid
like a hybrid.
linebacker.
Yeah. So I wonder, or I now know why the Rams were so willing to not sign him back.
Right. Right.
And no other teams wanted him because we've seen so many videos and clips of him just jogging and his penalty in the end zone against the Niners and his blown coverage against the Niners and who else? Like, honestly, I was excited about the Barron pickup, and I still think that he's a solid player, but he needs to fucking work on his coverage and show some hustle.
I agree. Did you guys notice that what TJ Watt was doing in the game? He started at one point playing like as a lurker, and he would just lurk behind the front line, but in front of like the safeties, and he would just move to wherever the ball was, dude. I thought it was pretty cool to watch.
That
Yeah,
dude's a
dude.
beast, and he's about to win an All Pro this year. I think he's about to fucking Pro Bowl for sure.
I was going to say, Tappy, I'm glad you brought that up because watching TJ Watt every single game is so fun.
Yep.
He's a phenomenal athlete, and he plays like he just wants to win. Like, he literally, shout out to Daryl Drake, shuts out the noise and just fucking plays the game of football.
That's what you want to
I
see.
put- Go ahead, Ty.
That's all I had to say. That's what you want to see. That's it.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said but.
Yeah. Other than Stephon Tuitt, arguably Watt's been the best defensive player. Maybe just overall the best player on the team this year.
Yeah.
Very
That's a good
arguably,
point.
losing to it really fucking hurts. And I mean, he's just one of many, but he was on pace for like a record-breaking season as far as his stats are concerned.
Yeah.
Like I think he was the top tackler on the team, if I'm not
And-
mistaken, one or two.
And you hate to see him
I
go,
can get that for you.
but the exciting thing is, I mean, that sucks. I hope he gets better because, like you said, it's a big blow. But I am gonna say I am excited to see Isaiah Bugza now come in and take his place because he's just been a healthy scratch because of the depth chart.
And he was a 6th-round pick from Bama, son.
Exactly.
Let's see it.
exactly.
Ed Zachary.
Yeah, I'm excited, but like I said, dude, too many injuries, really, and that's what's plagued the Steelers all season. I think is why they've been struggling so much. James Washington, who was supposed to be the number 2 receiver, I thought out a few weeks with an arm injury. Steve Nelson out at corner. Artie Burns takes his spot, which he didn't fuck up this past week. So
Yeah.
credit
No,
where
he
credit's
didn't.
due, I guess.
I think he snapped too on defense. I think I read.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like in for all the
Yeah.
defense snaps.
Damn! Shout out Artie.
Yeah, because I saw that like Cam's son was only really putting it on like third downs and stuff.
We'll talk
Dude,
about him.
son.
Hang on
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah.
Mark Barron, like we said, out. Pouncey out with the neck surgery. Now Stephon Tuitt with his pec injury. We saw the ankle scare with fucking Devin Bush.
Yeah.
The Bush.
It's just so many fucking injuries. It's like it's the fact that the Steelers are where they are. I'm honestly surprised.
Dude, that's
And
the
impressed.
thing. Everyone is like, we were just talking about Steelers Empire. He's saying season's over. It's like, it might be, it might not be, but you got to look at the games that we played. The Ravens, the Seahawks, the Niners, all very close games against very good teams. Look at our remaining schedule. As a Steelers fan, obviously I'm going to say it's a fucking cakewalk, but it's like they legitimately can only lose 2 games the rest of the year. I think we're going to win the AFC North. I'm just rambling on. Sorry.
Rambling man, it's all good. Chris, I'm really interested to what you have to say about this, but I guess I'll get all of your opinions here. Mason Rudolph scheduled to be back, cleared by doctors. They're on a bye this week. He'll be back in time for the next game. Do we have a quarterback controversy in Pittsburgh as of right now?
I would go with Rudolph. I mean, just from what I've seen so far, if he's healthy enough to play, I think he just overall is the more talented quarterback, especially as far as arm strength. I mean, you saw in the first play, or one of the first plays, Hodges went to Hodges went to Juju on the left sidelines there, and it was like an underthrown ball. And I got that's what a lot of people worried about with Hodges is that his arm strength. So for that pure reason, I think and just overall, I think Rudolph's the better quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree
Ty,
with you there. I think you got to
Yeah,
go.
Ty, let's hear what your thoughts are on that. 'Cause
I'd go
Chris,
Rudolph.
Yeah, I like that.
And for exactly what you just said, you need somebody who can be able to sling it down the field just so you have that threat present, I think. And you're not going to get that with Hodges. He's not a gunslinger like that. He is, but I don't think there yet as far as the NFL talent goes. I think Mason Rudolph's there. We've seen that he can sling it. So I don't know. I think you got to give it to Rudolph for sure.
I agree, and I think also the biggest difference too is that, like this is Hodges' first year in the NFL, and Mason's had time to kind of go through this. And boy, even if you think about the Mason's first game, did he not have like one? Did he not only have like one throw over 10 yards, and everything else was before the line of scrimmage? So I think it's one of those things that like it's not even just Hodges not being able to get used to it, but you don't give him the shots to go down far. Same thing. Mason isn't exactly a gunslinger either, but I think it's also just due to the fact that they've been thrown in a situation they don't have the experience yet. But they both I think could have pretty dominant careers.
Yeah, Tapia, I want to further that a little bit and say that I think that both of Rudolph and Hodges' first games, the offense ran a similar package to where try to establish the run game, and we're not throwing it deep that much, or really if at all. But I would like to think that Rudolph should be our starter moving forward.
Yep.
Only because the Steelers drafted up to get Rudolph. That's who they chose to be essentially our next quarterback. Devlin Hodges
the
was
successor.
just fucking holy shit, he's still on the board. Let's give him he's not even on the board. The draft's over. No one signed him. Let's give him a fucking workout.
Yep. I agree.
And that's no disrespect to Hodges. And It's more of what you said, Tappy. I think they both have what it takes to play in the NFL because they were both calm, cool, and collective under pressure during their first start.
Yeah.
And here's what I think too is we're not going to win the games against the top tier teams unless we can throw the ball. This stat, which is a little concerning to me, in the past 3 games, all of the Steelers wide receivers have combined for 29 catches and 281 yards. Like 3-game span, that is not going to fucking cut it.
Well,
you could throw to your running backs all day, but
well,
you need to involve the receivers.
It's what we talked about. These quarterbacks aren't making big throws. We're not giving them anything crazy. Like I said, we're doing the check down with the running backs.
Yeah,
They're not going to cut it, but at some point, we need to test going deep a little bit. I mean,
and if all that fails with those two, we have Switzer as our emergency quarterback now with Samuels out.
Oh,
So.
man. I was hoping it not gets to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't even settle for Paxton Lynch.
Well, he got moved up too, so just beware is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ty, I'm gonna bring some light to your comment about the receivers, though. That's what'd you say?
29 catches, 281 yards in the past 3 games.
That's almost 10 yards an average to receivers. So it's like going with what you said. Yeah, let's fucking target our receivers. It's working.
Right. But while a 10-yard per catch average is great, a 10 catches by receivers per game is not great.
Well, yeah, because do you want to know who was the leading receiver in their amount of receptions last game? Anyone take a guess?
Who'd he say?
Who?
James Conner.
Receiver, not back.
Oh, receiver. Deontay Johnson.
Yes. And do you know how many receptions he had?
2 for 14.
2 receptions. That's fucking ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
And I'm with you, Ty. Like that's what and I brought up the average because it's like, yeah, with that average and the lack of use, let's fucking get the Pistons going. Let's go. Run it.
Because at some point, the running game isn't going to be there again.
And that's what I'm saying, Tappy. You know, we ran the ball against the Bengals and the Chargers and won those games, but that's not going to happen every time.
Yep.
And it hasn't happened 4 out of 6.
Yeah. I mean, Nick Vanette had a great catch. Dante Moncrief redeemed himself a little bit. Actually made a catch.
Yep.
yeah, we need to get the receivers involved, and thank God Moncrief caught one because I was a little worried that he wasn't going to catch another ball all fucking year.
Can we talk about how every time Vance catches the ball, he's just like, and somebody's near him, he's just staying still until they take him down?
Dude, Vance is literally Vanimal, the Vanimal. Such a beast name.
He's like a more athletic Jason Witten.
He's like a fucking poor man's Greg Kittle or George Kittle.
I wouldn't say that. I think he's much more beefier, much more big-bodied, more aggressive, I think.
Yeah, but I would say that Kittle is exactly what Vance McDonald is, but Kittle just puts up fantasy points and real points because his team utilizes him.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's tough to get points when you're not utilized. I'll give you that much.
Juju, Vance.
Okay, we got to talk defense. And, Michael, I put a stop to you talking Cam Sutton a little bit ago. I apologize for holding you up on that. But
yeah, I've been holding my breath, Ty. I'm pretty feisty with you with that.
You look like you're turning blue, Smurf nuts. Cam Sutton. Listen, he picked the ball off at the end of the game, which was pretty big. But most importantly, on that onside kick at the end of the game, that was a hell of an onside kick. That was like one of the better onside kicks I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, that was one.
And if Cam Sutton doesn't get up like that and get that ball, we might have lost that game.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. And Ty, I want to say, like, that's the ideal onside kick right there.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, like I said, dude, it's just I've never seen an onside kick that great in quite some time. So shout out to him for fucking getting that done and just playing balls to the wall. He played so well.
Deflections too.
Yeah. And you know, when your defense is banged up like it has been, for these young guys to come in and play as well as they have is fucking huge. And the only reason we're winning, or rather we won that game, and the only reason we've been in games is because of this defense.
Oh yeah, bud.
I don't want to get like too drastic, but this might be the best defense we've seen since the fucking Troy Polamalu era.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, dude, Minka's been a huge addition.
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. And we said it last week. Like, their defense before Minka got there was trash. After Minka got there, they turned the whole thing around.
Literally, they went from like 30 points a game giving up to 18.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just coincidence or if it means something, but I'm here for it. That's all I'm gonna say. Again, going back to the team listening to our podcast, considering all the things that occurred in this game, Justin Lane finally, we see him in a game do something, dude.
I just brought him up last week, and then we see him making a play. I was like, holy shit. Good for us.
Yeah. What round did we pick him in? 5th? 6th?
3rd?
Oh, really? That early?
Yeah, I think he was the third pick. Third
he
round.
was the 3rd pick out of Michigan State.
Okay. 3rd round pick. So, And yeah, like you said, we didn't see him all year, and I totally forgot we even fucking drafted the guy, and he was on the team until you said it. And then this
Right.
week he's recovering fumbles on a kickoff, and bada bing, bada boom.
I know you guys remember it last week, but I literally said, "Do you guys know the name Justin Lane?" Like, we haven't seen him at all.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So to see, someone go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I'm not too concerned because I mean, just drafted him. Yeah, he was a 3rd-round pick, but have we really needed him? Especially, I mean, also you gotta think this guy's only 21 years old.
He's that young.
Yeah.
So we pretty much are redshirting him this year.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy too?
Yeah. What, Ty?
Is Juju is in his 3rd year in the league. He's only 23 years old, I think.
He'll be 24 in November.
He's literally younger than the rookies that have come in this year. It's fucking crazy.
And me and you, Ty.
Yeah. Which I know I say this all the time, but it makes me feel like a huge piece of shit when I'm sitting on the couch fucking eating Cheetos, drinking beers.
Juju's only 22.
Yeah, he'll be 23 in November.
Yeah, because that doesn't say his first year. He turned 21 like during the season.
Yeah, because he had his fucking bike, bro.
Yeah,
That got
so
stolen.
He's actually older than Deontay Johnson too, which is crazy just to think about.
Yeah,
that's wild. Listen, if I were 23 and had the money that he has, I'd be doing blow off strippers' titties every day.
Ty, if I gave you $2,000, that's what you would do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much. You know, he's definitely making over $1 million with all his endorsements and.
But he's still on his rookie contract, right?
Yeah. I mean, his rookie. I think he's probably below $1 million, but when you add all the other stuff in.
Dude, I've seen him in like 10 commercials in the last 3 weeks. He's doing fine.
And plus his YouTube, and he makes probably a good amount of money there.
Yeah, isn't he part of the FaZe clan?
Yeah, he has a fucking gaming team. I'm sure he has a Twitch stream.
Well, and with all that being said, he's got a life like the rest of us. So fuck you, Mark Madden.
Oh, Chris, how do you feel about Mark Madden? I'd love to know.
Well, he's a definitely interesting character. He's like definitely here in Pittsburgh. He's like either love him or hate him. It's like it probably more so people don't like him though, because he's definitely he likes to stir the pot. But I do listen to him sometimes. I mean, it's tough with work and stuff because he's like on at like 3 p.m. So like it's tough to really listen to him. But he's definitely a character though.
Yeah, and I'm assuming the demographic in Pittsburgh that enjoys listening to him is the 40-year-old white male crowd and older. And
he brings out a stat how he's like number 1 in age demographic, which I think he says like 20 to 50, but it's definitely probably like older guys. They're like early.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ty, like. And to you, Chris, is we've never actually listened to him. We don't know him. But from some of his tweets, we're like, dude, who has a gun to your head? Why did you tweet that? Like, do you agree with him with his Juju slander? No, Juju's questionable all week, and then he has that fumble. And
I think at sometimes like he probably had some merit to it, but like he's like went like completely off the wall with it, like where like he like obsessively tweets about it, which is it just I don't know why he does that, but props to Juju though, because like he's never responded to him though. You know, a lot of people in his position, would have, he doesn't say anything about it.
That's a really fucking good point, because could you imagine if who was it? Bud Dupree was sending DMs. Vince always responds to shit. Like, could you, or AB even?
Switcher responds to media people, or, a lot of the guys, around his age and stuff would, but, Juju doesn't pay. I wonder if he actually know, like, he has to know about him. You think someone would mention?
Oh, he has to.
And he
just, yeah. For sure.
Absolutely
But-
has to.
That's great for Juju. You know, like I never even realized that Juju's never once responded to that.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. Can we talk about how this was an away game for the Steelers in LA, and like 80% of the crowd was Steelers fans?
Dude, electric.
It was amazing.
They travel so well, and I know they have a lot of fans out in California as it is.
Yeah. So someone told me
Yeah.
that said like other than Pittsburgh, like or Pennsylvania or whatever, they said California has the most Steeler fans.
John from Stiller Gang told us that when we talked to him last year.
Oh really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
And he said outside of the U.S., number one country
It's
is Mexico
Mexico.
City.
Oh, from Steeler again. Oh, he said that. Yeah. I definitely. It was somebody else. I don't know who deemed it, but yeah, I definitely could believe that though.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It was just so funny seeing all the Chargers players afterwards were so butthurt. They're like, because they started to play Renegade in the stadium, but then they did the Rickroll thing,
Yeah.
which is hilarious. But like, you still technically
funny.
played Renegade in your home stadium, and it's like,
For an away game.
yeah,
Dude,
Bad
I mean,
For the opposing
Mel-
team.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon said they should find whoever it is and fire them.
yeah. I mean, that's
Not wrong.
listen, yeah, probably not the greatest look. Is all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That's such a sad situation out there in Los Angeles with the Chargers. I mean, like they just like they can't get a fan base going because I've read that San Diego people are upset with how they moved from the team, and the people that do have season tickets in the Los Angeles area, they're selling them because they could get more money off of away teams or away fans coming.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. In a capitalistic society, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
That's
so.
fucking.
Which-
But
which-
so wait, really quick. How far is San Diego from LA? What's the fucking difference from moving from San
So
Diego
far.
to LA?
Is it
So
You
like
can
an hour
far.
and a
still
half
have
or 2
home
hours?
fans though.
No. Tapia, Google the ride from LAX to San Diego. It's not close.
Yeah. Okay. So a step back, I guess. Until a couple of years ago, the Rams were in St. Louis. So it's like if you live in that area, if you're a Chargers fan, you still fucking get tickets to the Chargers games in LA. Like I don't get it. It's like being a
2
White Sox
hours
and
and
the
9
Cubs
minutes.
fans, and then the Cubs moving to fucking Rockford.
I guess so. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it just sucks for Chargers fans because they're pretty good. Like year in, year out, they're not bad. They're not a bad team.
It's
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers has never won a Super Bowl, and Eli dumbass Manning has twice,
Twice, disgusting. Fucking
and Big Ben has twice. Been to 3.
yeah, but who's counting? You know.
Only me.
Yeah, good shit. Can we talk about how Bush got that taunting penalty for literally going like this, just waving his finger? Like, how soft is that? How soft is the NFL? How bad is the officiating in the NFL?
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
Oh, which question do you want us to answer? Yeah, because Chris was answering the last one.
I got one more question for you. Which is a bigger problem right now in the NFL? Players demanding to be traded, like Jalen Ramsey, who got his way and got traded to the Rams, or
Fitzpatrick.
And
Or-
Minka, yeah,
yeah,
idiot.
or the officiating.
Oh, definitely the officiating, not Minka Fitzpatrick or Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
That honestly though, that is a good question because it's like I don't care how good you are unless you're top 3 in the league. You don't demand it. You cannot demand a trade. You fucking sign a contract. You play with the team that you're on. However, the officiating is so fucking bad. Like I was watching the Packers Lions last night. Ending comment there because if you guys watched the game, you know how bad it was.
The refs literally lost the game for the Lions, and I hate to say that, but like they did.
Dude,
Yep.
the guy on the Lions that had I don't want to talk about the Lions and the Packers, but the guy on the Lions had never had hands to the face penalty in his like 8 years in his career. He got 2 in the second half that benefited and gave a first down to Aaron Rodgers and the Packers.
And I'm not saying, I'm just saying there were some big bets placed on that game that went in the Lions' favor.
Really?
Really, really, really. So look into that. All I'm saying. But the officiating has been so poor, and I don't know who I was talking to about this, Michael. Probably you, if I had to fucking guess. No, actually, it was somebody at work. In 2019, in a game that can be decided by literally inches, why do we have the human eye officiating it and not like robots? Like, we have the technology to be like, this is where the line gets drawn. We can make a decision on the fly. We're good.
Because robots don't have eyes, Ty.
But they could do push-ups. You ever seen that video?
Yeah, I just saw it earlier. It did like a front handspring.
Yeah, robots are dope. That's what I'm saying. But it's like,
No,
why are you?
I agree. I agree with you. It's like, why put it up to the humans? Because the humans are the ones that fucking rigged the game to make money. So it's like, yeah, they're gonna make that call.
Well, and it's like, why are you going to review? Why are you going to have the replay, especially for these pass interference calls and shit?
Shouldn't
you're
even have
not
a
gonna
replay
use
for
them-
that.
Yeah, I know. You don't got to tell me.
God.
Yeah, that rule is brutal. I hope that they're on like a 1-year trial with it. I hope they ban it after this year because it's just like no one knows like how it's gonna go. I mean, like that Terrell Edmonds week 2, they reversed it and called pass interference. Like I just that was all because of the Saints too. Drew Brees and Sean Payton. So I hope they change that after this year.
Yeah, like an instance like that with the Saints and Vikings game, like 100% agree. But that call shouldn't have been missed in the first place.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like, I don't know. I hate the fucking rule. I think they've only overturned like 4 out of 40 something this year. So the coaches, you obviously could tell the coaches have no idea. So
Right.
just
I
get rid
I
of it.
hope the Saints lose out.
No, shut your mouth.
Fuck the Saints. They literally bitched and moaned because one call didn't go their way, and now
Yeah.
the whole fucking league has to suffer.
Well, listen, I put a lot of eggs in one basket for my fantasy team, and I have like half of the Saints starting offense. So,
So you and the Saints should go both off yourself.
fucking rude boy.
That was very malicious. I did not mean that. I apologize right now.
That's only like the 1,342nd meanest thing you've ever said to me.
Well, then I take back my take back.
I regret nothing.
Ty, you wouldn't let us talk about Cam Sutton earlier. Can we talk about him now?
I literally brought him up, and you didn't have anything to say. So,
When?
literally, I don't know, like 10 minutes ago, I said he recovered the fumble. You were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that was cool.
It was
and-
great. I just
end
wanted to
conversation.
emphasize how great he did.
Yeah, he did a great job. Shout out Cam Sutton.
Shout out Bud Dupree too. We didn't talk about him, and we always slander him.
No, I've been on his side this year. How dare you?
We've been on his side the past 3 games.
Because he's officially turned it on. Which brings me to my next question. Chris, let's start with you. Which player on the Steelers, specifically defense, let's talk defense. Which defensive player has impressed you the most this year?
I'll probably like Tua. Sucks that he's out for the year now. But I was really impressed with him because like some people were talking about like he's injury prone, so like prior to this year, and I like when he's healthy, he's like legit one of the best players, defense end, 3-4 or whatever in the league. I think he was definitely well on his way to a Pro Bowl year before he got injured. But I would say Tua, and then probably Watt. Also, like he's been just dominating this season.
Yeah, I agree. Michael, what say you?
Most improved, I'd have to say Bud, because I feel like last year, every week, we were saying, what the fuck is Bud doing? And this year, we're talking about what Bud is doing. And
Most
it's in
most
good
impressive,
conversation.
not most improved.
Probably most impressive, Devin Bush.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean,
100%. He's leading the team in tackles almost every week. We've seen what he's done the past few weeks. His turnovers, it's fucking unbelievable. Out of a rookie.
yeah.
Hands
Tapia.
down, most impressive.
I would say Devin Bush. You know me, Michigan guy. I was ecstatic when he took him, and I think he's been also kind of that spark plug where I feel like every game we always talk about how great he's doing this and that. But I mean, 7-2 is right there. If it wasn't for this unfortunate injury, but it's crazy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
awesome to watch though.
You know, most impressive, I'd go TJ Watt. I think I've been very impressed by him, but the person I've been most impressed by, just based on their circumstances, is Bud Dupree. I said going into the season that he's on a make it or break it year right now. He hasn't done so hot as a whole, I feel. And I feel like he was really waiting to break out into his own. And I feel like this year he finally has. It looks like he slimmed down a little bit. Looks like he's a little faster out coming off the edge there. I think he's been super fucking impressive, and I love watching that dude just fucking rush the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And I agree with you 100%, Ty. And I've got the stats right here, actually. Can you guys guess who's leading the team in tackles right now? Total tackles?
Devin Bush,
Yep.
that was
You wanna know
easy.
who's-
Give me another
you
one.
All right. Name 2 through 5.
Fuck. No specific order.
Yeah.
To it.
Nope.
Wow, really? I'm gonna go Watt is on there for sure.
Nope.
What?
Oh wow.
What?
What'd you say? Hargrave?
Nope.
Like there's wow. I don't know then. Mike Hilton?
He's 6.
Why don't you just go ahead and tell me? I'll never fucking guess.
Devin Bush 1, Terrell Edmonds 2, your boy
Ah.
Mark Barron number 3, Joe Hayden number 4, and Cam Hayward number 5.
Cam Hayward, huh? I knew there was a
Mark
big.
Barron.
I knew there was a
number
big guy
3.
on there, dude. That's only because he's quick enough to be all over the field and follow the ball, so he's always there for the tackle. It's just, and it's easy to make tackles when you're chasing dudes from behind.
We said that about Devin Bush.
What?
Last week, 2 weeks ago, we said Devin Bush. Yeah, he's a ball hawk. He's like Palomalu. He's all over the field, but a lot of his tackles were coming from him allowing the reception and chasing him down.
Which game was that? Was that the 49ers game?
I want to say there was like 2 or 3 games, or maybe 2 games for sure, where he didn't blow his coverage, but he was behind on coverage. He was a step late.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking him for that, but it's like, yeah, if we're gonna knock Mark Barron for that, we have to talk about the other players that it happens to.
Well, and we've been saying it for like 3 years now. The Steelers' biggest problem on defense is they don't have a linebacker that can drop into coverage. Mark Barron was supposed to be that guy. Clearly, he is not.
Yeah, we lost that with Shazier.
I know, dude. It fucking sucks. Really
Literally.
fucking sucks.
That's when the decline or the fucking roller coaster started, man. Is when AB got CTE, Shazier got almost paralyzed.
Yeah.
And here we are talking about it. So it's like we've come a long way. There's been a lot that's happened for Pittsburgh since that event.
And here we are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like seven injuries later. So,
literally.
Anyways, your boy Trey Edmonds got moved up to the 53-man Tapia, along with Paxton Lynch. You're a pretty big Trey Edmonds fan too.
Is that because the Samuels injury?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't mind it.
Anyway,
so we've got 2 Watt, or no, there's No. We're good. I was gonna say we've got 2 pairs of brothers on the team, but
Did
we
you call
don't.
me a twat?
Yes, I did.
Okay. But yeah, the Watts played each other this past game. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was.
And the Pounceys would have played each other if
Yeah.
one didn't have neck surgery in Pittsburgh.
Yes,
Yeah.
precisely. Okay, let's wrap this Steelers shit up here. We got the bye week this week. Looking forward to game 2 weeks from now. The
Ooh.
Miami Dolphins, 0-5. Chris, what are your predictions for this game? Give me a score and who's your breakout player of the game?
Oh wow. I think the Steelers will definitely win. I mean, the Dolphins are just like tanking. Like, you know, I think the Steelers will win big here. I'll say 30-13.
Ooh,
I think the defense will continue what they've been doing, get some sacks and turnovers, and I'll say the breakout performer will be I'll go with Rudolph. I think coming off a concussion, I think he will have a big game. I'll say he throws 2 touchdowns. I'll say he has 274 yards passing.
okay. I fucking love that. Love that. And I just worry with Rudolph coming off that injury if he's going to be a little hesitant to kind of.
I think the bye week will help.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
Okay, Michael, what do you got?
I don't really know. I don't have a pinpoint or accurate score prediction.
I want
would
an exact
say
score.
Fucking 42-17 Steelers. And I think that the breakout player will be Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's going to put his ball sack on the Dolphins' chin.
Yeah, revenge game.
Oh, yeah.
Revenge for what? He requested a trade.
Yeah, and then he's going to show him why he requested a trade.
Yeah, you know what? Revenge for him having to go there to begin with.
Yeah.
For the wasting a year on him.
Fair enough.
Ed Zachary.
I got Steelers 28-6. I think the defense doesn't allow a single touchdown. I think Juju Smith-Schuster finally has his breakout game against the shitty defense of the Dolphins. I think he goes for over 100 yards for the first time, I think, this season. And a touchdown.
And it's because they don't have Minkah Fitzpatrick to cover him.
Yep.
And because
But
they're
they could-
literally the worst defense in the NFL.
They could try to use that first-round pick to cover him.
Ooh.
Ah, got him.
I love that shit. All right, Tapia, let's finish with you. What do you got?
All right, my prediction is 41-6. I agree with you. I don't think they're going to go up touchdown, but they'll give up 2 field goals. I was going to say Juju also, but you know what? Spice it up a little bit. I'm going to Deontay Johnson gets at least 2 touchdowns. And he goes for, I'm going to be exact. He's going to go for 8 receptions, 112 yards.
And 2 touchdowns?
Yep.
So
8,
those
1,
2
12, and
touchdowns
2.
Chris mentioned from Mason Rudolph, they're both going to Deontay. I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't mind that. All right. Well, should be a fucking slaughterhouse, hopefully.
What'd you guys think about Phillip Rivers grabbing Mike Hilton there at the end?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
buddy.
Good on it. Good job, Chris.
bro, I forgot about that. I wonder what he was saying to him. What do you think he was saying?
Well, what happened was that Mike Hilton waved to the LA Chargers like bench. He waved them goodbye or like good night.
Why? It was all Steelers fans?
And Philip was like, "Don't you ever say that again."
Yeah, it was to the Chargers like sideline, like to the players.
I saw so many tweets or memes, and it was like that was Philip talking to his 9th kid after he spilled the milk.
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
that.
yeah.
There's a lot of good ones out there.
Too funny, dude. Between him and Antonio Rogers Cromartie, man, they could field literally an offense and a defense.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think about the whole situation then?
That's just typical Phillip Rivers. Just, I mean, he's a definitely trash talker. But I was surprised that he went up to Hilton like he was like a school principal or something, and like tried to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know that Phillip Rivers, man. He's definitely out there.
And it's kind of what I like about Rivers is that he isn't afraid to trash talk as a quarterback, as a big wink, like fucking nerdy looking white quarterback. Like, doo-doo-doo.
Funny, he
Right.
went Mike Hilton and not like Cam Hayward or something.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, he's a big white nerdy trash talking dude who picks the smallest guy on the field.
Like Hilton's like 5'10" and weighs $160 soaking wet.
84.
What?
A
Buck 84.
How do you know that?
Because we're not stupid, Ty.
Yeah, we're not fucking dumb, dude. Jesus Christ. Do you ever listen to the games?
Know your players' weights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I'm just a shitty fan, bro. I
No,
don't know.
actually, the only reason I know it is because they mentioned it like it was like last game. They mentioned it like 2 or 3 times, and I couldn't fathom that they kept talking about how tall he was and how much he weighed.
I was
And
like,
Pappy's like,
so-
how big's his dick?
This Google deal's got him at 5'9", 183.
Oh.
Dude, I mean-
Yeah, Ty, you would tower him.
I'm 6 foot 215. Like, come on.
Here's a, wait, you're 6 feet?
Yeah, what are you, like 5'7"?
Yeah, right, dude.
Ty, that's right.
5'8", bro.
5'9". 5'9".
Okay, fair enough. All right. Chris, we'll let you get out of here, man. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. Always good to talk some Steelers football. Let everyone know where to find you on social media. You got a pretty big following there.
Thanks for asking me to come on. I definitely enjoyed it. But, I mean, to talking Steelers, like just chilling, talking Steelers. I could have done an hour longer.
Fuck.
Definitely.
Hell
definitely.
yeah, bro.
But
Yeah.
yeah, you could follow me, and like I said before we came on, it's me and another guy that run the Blitzburg account. It's at SteelCurrent4. You can follow us on Twitter. We're there all the time, just talking Steelers.
All right, cool, man. We'll definitely have you on again here soon. We'll talk some more, hopefully, victories coming out of the Steelers here on our way to a championship season, hopefully. So thanks again, man. We'll be in touch. We'll talk soon.
Definitely. All right, take care, guys.
Yeah, you too,
Catch
man.
you later, Chris.
Yeah.
Gotta figure out how to. There we go. All right. We're Gucci. Thanks again, Chris, coming on. That was cool of him. Yeah, talk some. Is he back?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good, dude. I was like,
My first time.
And we're back.
Trying to how to close out.
no, you're good, dude. I think it's
There
like a
should-
red phone, no?
Yeah, there should just be like it. Catch you later, Chris.
Guys,
See you, dude.
I found it.
Decent.
Dude, it would have been funnier if we like started talking shit about him. He goes back on like, what was that?
Yeah, well,
He's like, psych, I got you guys.
I figured.
fuck.
Can you guys see me on the video? By the way, I can't see my own face.
No, I
No,
haven't seen
no.
you at all, Ty. You
All
have
six-
to turn your video on.
Yeah, all 6 foot of you is blocking this whole thing.
Well, that's fine. I don't need to be on there as long as my voice is there. We're good.
Literally,
You can hear
I
me, right?
haven't I haven't seen Ty for an hour and 2 minutes and counting.
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen him since he was about to break his computer.
Totally fine, dude. But yeah, thanks again to him for coming on. End scene.
Yeah, no, that was good. I like having him on. He had some decent insights.
Yeah. No, it was funny because when I told him that we were gonna do Skype, he's like, I was like, you could just get it on your phone. He's like, oh, I could just put it on my phone. I'm like, I don't think he's ever used Skype before.
That's what he
So-
said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I don't know if you guys have any Penguins news or what have you. I haven't been following along.
I mean, not
I
news,
got-
but can we talk about how they fucking have been scoring some goals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know who's been in the mix of all of it? Your boy, Sidney Crosby.
Sid the kid, baby.
Well, with Malkin out, it's time that he steps up, and he certainly has.
Yeah.
Also, because didn't Chris Letang just hit like 500 career points?
He
Or-
sure did. He is off to the best scoring start of his career with points in the first 5 games of a season for the first time. And he and Crosby both have points in every game so far.
Wow, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah. That's incredible.
So I saw this on Twitter today. Are the Penguins a better team without Malkin?
No, I think they're a better team without Phil Kessel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good point too.
And I will say, you know what? They'll fill there. Bet you PPG Arena definitely has a lot more hot dogs in stock.
Their hot dogs and cheeseburger prices have lowered to like $2 because they're not selling enough.
Yeah.
Hang on, you're telling me I can get a $2 cheeseburger?
No, we're saying that since Phil is gone, the fucking sales and cheeseburgers and dogs are down.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, that's goofy. But yeah, they're 4-2, which is nice. Next game is tomorrow, I think.
Yeah,
they take
got
on
the fucking streaking Avalanche, bro.
yeah 5-0 Avs. Haven't lost yet this season.
Wow.
Can they
Well-
knock them off? Can they beat them off?
Well, wow. Wow, that took a turn.
Yeah, well, you know.
I don't think so. I think I bet on I think the Avalanche played the Capitals last night, and I bet on the Caps to win. And the Caps were up, but then the frickin' so the Caps were up, and then the Avalanche came back and won 6-3. So honestly, looking back on it, I put in like a 17 parlay yesterday. It was $10 to win $9.50, and the only game I lost was the Avalanche Capitals.
Oh, really? I was gonna say, what about that Portugal Ukraine game?
No, I put in like a 5-game parlay for the soccer, and then I put in a different parlay for the hockey.
Oh.
And then if the game were to end right now for the Nationals, I'll win $50 because I parlayed the Astros winning and the Nationals to win by 1.5.
Michael's back
Yeah.
to his betting ways, and I love it.
Yeah,
But
I'm about to be poor in about 2 minutes.
Hey, would you say I got you back into it?
110%, because I've been trying to get my money back on Bovada, and every card that I enter, it says it doesn't work. So I found a different website that might be fraudulent. I don't know yet, but they let me log in, and I won my first bet.
There you go. There
Steelers,
you go.
straight up. Shout out to
Dude.
you, Tapia. We never talked about that.
way
Oh
cool.
yeah. Well, dude, I was just feeling super electric that day. It started with,
Is that a Chargers joke?
I mean, I guess it is. But
Tapia, all I can hear is your pen vibrating.
oh shit, my bad. So, dude,
Your pen is vibrating? That vibrates?
Yeah, when I put it in and out, like on the thing.
Well, do it now.
Oh, here. So I take it off, and then
Oh, tight.
It is.
and then
tight.
if you heat it up, it does the same thing.
Decent.
But I was gonna say, dude, it started with like I went to the grocery store that day, just dressed normal, was wearing my Travis Scott shirt, and my buddy hits me up and goes, "Yo, dude, I'm at Walmart and they got that Travis Scott cereal." I was like, "No way!" I was like, "All right." He's like, "How many do you want?" I was like, "Let me get 3 boxes." So he gets me 3, and I was like, "Yo, just send me how much I owe you." Sends me the receipt.
$80.
It's like 3 something. It was Walmart. And so
I thought you were gonna
So-
say 300 something. I was like, bro, fuck Travis Scott cereal.
no, it's just retail. It's him on it, and so the total was 11.11, and I was like, "No way!"
Make a wish.
That's so gay.
He's like, "Yo, this is a sign." He's like, "You need to bet today," and he's like, "Is this like 1111 like WN?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Yeah, you're right." I was like, I should bet on the Steelers game today." Then I was before the game started, like an hour and a half before it did. I was scrolling through Instagram, and I saw that the Steelers posted Duck wearing the shirt "I'm the Boss, California," and dude, I immediately like fucking felt the vibes, dude. I was feeling through the roof. Dude, I cracked open like a beer, no joke, within like 30 seconds. Logged into my Bovada account, and I was like, whatever I have in here is going all on this game for the Steelers to win straight up.
I love it.
Yeah, good move on your part there, bud.
I love it. And you even said you're like at one point during the game, you're like, I think I'm gonna get drunk tonight. I was like, I'm already kind of drunk, but fuck yeah, baby, I'm with him.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I did definitely woke up a little hungover yesterday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just like a normal weekday.
Yeah.
Dude, I
exactly.
actually drank so much this weekend. It's kind of gross.
Why,
Gross.
what'd you do? Just
I
hang
went to
out?
an
Boys,
engagement party
I'm gonna have to go to the
and
bathroom quick.
Oh, you got engaged?
yeah,
With my
I got
stream.
engaged.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah, dude, it was really cool.
Good for
No,
you,
but
and Becca.
Becca's friend's engagement party, drank so much there, and yeah, I was so
Yeah, have
hungover
you-
Sunday.
Have you talked to Becca's brother yet
About what?
about the fire leaving Bridgeview so he can't ride his
Oh.
bike?
Yeah, he's not happy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
He went to the last game. He was like,
He was like protesting.
yeah, posted some like super emotional post on Facebook. Not necessarily emotional, but like,
Yeah.
damn, this sucks type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool move. Plus, they just announced last week, well, the new owner announced that like everybody that's had season tickets, which is it's 68 people have had season tickets from the first season until now, that the next season's tickets are going to be for free.
Really, that's pretty dope.
Whose season tickets are free?
So since the Fire are leaving SeatGeek Stadium in Bridgeview, they're moving to Soldier Field, and they also just got bought. They just got bought by a new owner like a month ago, and so they had a whole announcement last week at Soldier Field of how the Fire coming back, and then he announced there that everybody that had bought season tickets from the first season until this season, next season they're getting their season tickets for free. And it's 68. It's 68 people that had season tickets that long. Which, dude,
That's
you
fucking
fucking
tight.
deserve
You
it.
say 68
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
That's it?
68,000, Ty. Just 68.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
68.
not a lot, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No,
a
it's
lot,
not.
man.
But to be one of those 68 people, shouts to you.
Yeah, since like '99, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about. I was like, wait, who gets free season tickets? But yeah, the
so-
people that have been there since day one. That's fucking.
Yeah.
They deserve that shit.
And then they kind of like with this new change and stuff, and like I know it's been like a whole thing where they're like kind of like revamping too, because they've kind of had like a not so hot season the last few years.
That's putting it pretty fucking mildly.
Well, they were
Yeah,
pretty
and-
decent when we first were talking about them on our podcast.
Yeah, they weren't bad. That's when Schweinsteiger first got there, and dude, he just retired.
Well, yeah, he's old as shit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's like you knew that when he was coming here. That's why you brought him here to get some fans in the last
Yeah.
2 seasons of his existence.
yeah, and then I mean, look
Same
at
with-
Zlatan, dude.
Zlatan, Andre Pirlo, fucking all of those.
Steven Gerrard.
Right. All of the European players. David Beckham started it, bro.
Yeah, Bob Bradley.
Literally, like
Michael Bradley.
people come here for their careers to die because there's no good soccer in America.
Yeah, Kaká.
Just money.
fucking Nani.
Kaka.
Hey Nani, go send you a picture of Hey Nani. Nani played for Man U, right?
yeah, and then he most recently was in Portugal before he came to MLS.
McGraw, you keep saying Nani, and all I can think about is that's what you call your fucking grandmother.
Yeah, his
It
grandma
is.
plays for Orlando.
I
That's
was
what we're
like,
talking about, Ty.
At Manchester
So-
United, idiot.
since when is Nani a soccer legend?
Since he and she were born.
Since they were born.
They were born. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here, dude. It's so late.
Wait. So I want to say really quick. Fuck. I don't know if I have it saved. I know that YBN Corday has been nominated for because we haven't talked music in a while.
No.
Oh shit.
Did you listen to the Baby's album yet?
Fuck tap. Yeah, I have not, but I still have it in my notes, and it's literally on a playlist for me to listen to. I haven't forgot about it. YBN Corday has been nominated for 5 Grammys. Best
Holy
New
shit.
Artist, Best Rap Album, Record of the Year, which is his main song "Bad Idea" featuring your boy Chance the Rapper. So best new artist, best rap album, best record of the year, album of the year, and then song of the year. That's pretty tight for a guy that we've never heard of until this year.
Is that good? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't confirm. So that, and then just last quick, I've got to shout out to Matt Murray, who is younger than us, and he's got 100 career wins. He got that 3 days ago. So shout out to him. And yeah, Tappy, you said Chris Letang, 500 career points.
Yep.
That's pretty fucking tight.
Oh yeah. He did that a few nights ago.
And then the last thing that I have to say, because Michael Vick is my all-time favorite NFL player. Lamar Jackson joins Mike Vick as the only QBs to rush for at least 100 yards in the first half since 1991.
Wow.
That was a
I know
long
that's
time
only
ago.
I know that's only like a one-time, one-off stat, like rushing yards by a QB in the first half.
So
But-
impressive.
To like, Mike Vick is the face of running quarterbacks.
And
So,
dogfighting.
Oh, 100% dogfighting, yes. We try not to
We're
talk
still
about
talking
that.
about that?
People don't
Yeah,
forget Tapia.
See,
Okay,
well,
dude, when
and-
you and your brother
no.
fight, nobody calls it a dog fight either. They just call it a kitty cat fight.
No, they called that fucking sedum fighting.
No, we call it going to war, Med.
That's so unconvincing.
Shut up, Mom. We're going to war. You guys fight each other, you're gonna be grounded for a week.
Literally, I'm 25 and he's 28, and every time we start to wrestle like that, she literally says, "Knock it off, take it outside, not my house."
Dude,
That's because you're her baby, and Brandon would fucking murder you.
First of all, fuck you for making that assumption.
fuck
Second,
you. Brandon would kill you.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I don't know if it was a year or two ago, on Christmas. It was all liquored up, and we were wrestling in the garage. And he takes jujitsu, mind you. He knows what he's doing. Well, I caught him slipping. I fucking rocked him into a guillotine and made his ass fucking tap out like a bitch.
That's probably because you're used to being drunk and he's not.
yeah. Ty,
He's not
remember that
used to
one-
being fucked up. He's got a good head on his shoulder, so he doesn't get that way.
I'm gonna take that as disrespect.
To you, yes.
Ty, do you not remember that one Thanksgiving where you almost died from alcohol poisoning?
Yeah, you
His
mean when I
first
was-
ever Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, when I was 15.
yeah.
Yeah, Tide, like you said, people don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
I'm
forgot.
just,
I
I'm
forgot
messing
that
with
whole
you.
night.
if Brand's listening, I'd pay $100 to see you guys duke it out right now, because that would be a decent fight.
I'd fucking put him to bed.
You know, count me in for 25.
Ty, you would put him to bed like I would put Kelly to bed.
And you've put Kelly to bed plenty of times.
Yeah, I just lay a pillow down, put a blanket over her, and say, "Have a great night."
On the hardwood floors.
Like, shh.
In the oven.
That literally happened once.
No, Kelly just forgot to turn it off, and we almost all burned in the house, which would have been an oven.
Yeah.
Human
All
oven?
right, before
Wait.
I say some racially insensitive joke just now about
Really quick.
burning in ovens.
What year was your brother born in? Because is Kelly and Brandon the same
91?
age?
No, she's 2 years older, or a year or two older. She's
Yeah. Kelly's 89.
years old. Holy shit!
Yeah, I was like, holy crap. And
That bitch is
Brandon's
old.
90 years old?
I always thought it never felt like we were 5 years apart.
Like, I always said my sister has an old soul.
That old bitch. About to put her in a senior home.
As soon as you're of age, I'm putting you in a home. So I tell my mother when she pisses me off.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
she makes me sleep in the garage.
Yeah.
and doesn't feed me dinner. Because I'm not an adult and I can't feed myself.
Naturally.
Naturally. All right. Let's get the fuck out of here. It's late. Episode 98 of the Yin's Entertainment Podcast. It's Tuesday, October 15th. Go to our website, yinsertainment.com. We got business cards. It's right there on the camera. Yinsertainment.com. It's got the link to all of our social media, all of the platforms for the podcast. At Yins Daily on social media, YINZ Daily. Podcast available on all platforms, including our YouTube channel, also Yins Daily. Like I said, just go to yinsertainment.com. It's all there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Chicken breezy.
This has been episode 98. And until next time, we're out here.
Hit him with a wall.
Whoa.